here, well, here's a slide. Okay, we got a few goals that we want to accomplish while we're here. Demonstrate how to use the Blackboard platform, obviously. Okay, we want to answer any of your questions. God willing, we can knock out as many as possible before you have them. But at any given point, please, there are no silly questions. Okay, please reach out to stop us in any way that you possibly can or you feel comfortable doing as such. There's a list, a short one right there, of ways you can do that. There's always that little raise your hand thing at the bottom. I always forget to mention that. And then we would like to discuss your concerns in an effort to help you gain more confidence and readiness to tackle the semester. Yeah, guys, it turns out, man, it goes a long way to achieving a whole lot of much of anything is believing that you can and will do that. And that's what this department in particular is really here to do, to pull down any obstacles that lay before you. And in the 6 some odd years that I've been here, every semester, Blackboard is an issue. And the real truth is, I'll just take this second to be like, Blackboard is an issue for everybody, guys. This is something that we're all going through. Like when we were doing this, Monica got kicked out a couple of times and she had to come back in. So we're all going through this together. At any given point, you feel like, oh, I'm supposed to know Blackboard and this, that, and the third, and how come I can't? Well, God willing, or not God willing, but odds on are you're not the only one, okay? So really quickly, that first point comes up. What words come to mind when you think about Blackboard? Please keep it PG. This is a family show. You can put that in the chat. You can unmute yourself and speak up. Anybody? You guys don't have no words come to mind when I say the word Blackboard. Nothing.
Connections to classes.
Ah. Well done. Young lady, that will carry you far in life. Okay, that will carry you very far in life. I like that connection. Right? That's good. She actually had a positive one. Cluttered.
Cluttered. Cluttered. Yeah. Confusing.
Yeah.
And different. They're all different. Some professors have the same ones, some of them.
For sure. If you are anxious about using Blackboard, what do you think is making you feel that way? Anybody?
It's definitely new to most. First time
using it. Yeah, it's new.
Right.
Spot on.
Yep. Everything is on there. There's no one place. It is very cluttered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a bulletin board. I like that. Exactly. So much
information. Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, full discretion, like everywhere right now. So I'm reading the chat too. So sorry.
You took me out of my job, Joe? You took me out of my
job? No. I didn't realize I didn't realize at the time. But there's so much information. I'm really encouraged by the fact that the first one to come out though was connection. Because that's really what it's supposed to be, right? I mean, for as much anxiety as it causes us, I'm really like, young lady, like I really appreciate that. In all honesty, kept you organized. This is cool. All right, let's see what's up.
I agree, Jada. It does keep you organized. Have it in an organized platform. You're able to know when what is due. I agree.
Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. All right. So now, if we could wave any magic wand to make this thing do anything in the world, what would you guys want it to do? If you got any good ideas, throw them out there because you might be surprised. If we could make Blackboard do anything. That's what's up. What about it looks scary to you, if I may?
More self-taught videos. Oh, I forgot. I all the time work properly. Yeah, I like magic wand. Yes, I like that.
Yeah, that's the truth. if I may, what about it? Do you feel it's scary, Jada? If I may. Like, do you feel like it's not intuitive? It doesn't look user friendly? Well, Jay, I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that. If you walked away, there we go.
Need more information.
That's exactly what we're here for. So this next slide. Oh, okay, Jada, cool. You can feel free to chat, Jada, or okay. Thank you, Jada. All right, this next slide. Yeah, this next slide always. This next slide here, Jordan put together this video. Jordan, you want to preface this thing real quick?
So this is a short video that we're going to take a look at that kind of explores Blackboard and goes over some of the key features. Keep in mind that your class may look different, which is what we've kind of been talking about so far. But don't worry, because after the video, we'll have time to look at a more personal look at Blackboard and have a real hands-on approach. And there's also going to be captions on so you can follow along.
Thank you, Jordan. Yeah, low-key, guys, Jordan is super good at this stuff. Actually, Tom is really made a real nice one over here, too. While I got this screen up over here, you can access this stuff on the homepage later, but there's a bunch of little videos like this, and they're actually like really cool and really efficient. So if you're ever trying to remember any of the stuff from almost the majority of our meetings, you can always come and find one of these videos.
Hi, I'm Jordan Easley, an ACC Admin Coach, and I'm here to help you successfully navigate your class this semester using Blackboard Learn. Blackboard Learn is an online interface that gives you constant access to your course content and lets you communicate with your instructor. Let's take a look at how to access Blackboard, the most important tools you're going to use, and what to expect from your online classroom. Blackboard can be accessed online from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. The fastest way is to go to acconline.austincc.edu. You can also get to Blackboard by visiting the ACC homepage, clicking on the Students tab, and then selecting Blackboard from the side right panel. There's also a Blackboard mobile app available. The app is great for getting updates on your grades and announcements from the instructor, but you'll want to be on a computer to complete your coursework. You will use your ACC EID and password to log into the site. You can use this link to reset your password or look up your ID. Make sure you write down your information because you'll be using it all the time. Once you're logged in, you'll see the ACC Blackboard homepage. Let's look at a few key areas that you'll want to make note of. Here's the My Courses section, which shows the courses you're currently enrolled in and have access to. Clicking on each link will take you to the page monitored and updated by the instructor. All of the course content is organized using these panels on the left. Keep in mind, the tabs for each class may have different titles and arrangements based on the instructor. There are a few key features you'll need to access to get through the first week in your course. One of the most important things to go over first is the Start Here tab. The instructor will give an introduction to the course and list helpful resources you may need to access. In this folder will also be the syllabus or course schedule. You can access the full text version of your syllabus. This will go over important information about the course and list what you're responsible for each week. You should carefully go through the entire thing and make note of key details, but pay close attention to the important submission deadlines and test dates so that you can plan ahead. You may want to save or print a copy of your syllabus for easier access. If you're out looking at all the assignments and wondering how you're going to get it all done, remember that ACC has academic coaches that can help you create a custom time management plan. Your instructor will emphasize or amend the course schedule using the announcements page. This is something you should be checking every time you log into Blackboard. which should be at least 3 times per week. Your instructor uses this page to communicate important, time-sensitive information. Check the announcements on the first day of class to see if there's a welcome message from the instructor or a course orientation to complete. You can access the announcements for all of your courses from the Blackboard homepage. Now that you know what assignments you're responsible for and when they're due, let's look at where your assignments are located. Your instructor can organize your assignments under different areas of your course. You may have a tab labeled Assignments, Course Content, or something similar. If you can't find where your assignments are located, reach out to your instructor to clarify. Here's an example of how your course could be organized. In the Course Content folder, the semester is broken down into units. Each unit has its own set of learning objectives, readings, and assignments. Accessing the content from this folder using the course syllabus and schedule as a guide is how you can keep on track with your class schedule this semester. When you have an assignment that's complete and you're ready to submit, click on the assignment link. You'll notice that there are different submission options. You have the option to write a submission manually, as well as upload a document from your computer. Always read any instruction or documents that the instructor provides for format guidelines. You may also want to check the total points possible for the assignment and any mention of submission attempts. When your submission is secure and ready to go, make sure you click the Submit button at the bottom of the page before you close out. Once your assignment has been graded, you can check your results using the My Grades feature in the Tools panel on the home page or the Navigation panel in the top right corner. You can see your assignment grades broken down individually and view comments from your instructor. In this video, we've looked at how to log into Blackboard and how to navigate each of your courses successfully this semester. If you run into trouble using Blackboard, first check out the Blackboard support page. Clicking this button gives you on-demand, 24/7 access to the Blackboard help database. For technical issues, you can contact the Blackboard support desk by email or phone. To clarify how your instructor will be using Blackboard in your class, you can email them using a link on the sidebar if it's provided, or by going to Tools, selecting Send Email from the menu, and then choosing All Instructor Users. You can also connect with an academic coach for support. Visit our website to schedule an appointment and set goals for a successful semester. You can also find information about our live Blackboard support webinar. Find out more at austincc.edu/coaching.
All right, everybody. Well, Jordan did an unbelievable job with that video, but it was a lot of information in 6 minutes. So let's just go right back to the beginning, and I'm going to do some polling questions here just to assess your comfort level. And if we're not comfortable, then we're going to go in and make sure that you are comfortable. So please don't hesitate to be honest in these polls. So we're going to go ahead and start the first one. You can just go ahead and click on 1, 2, and 3, or 4, and it will automatically log your response. So where do we go to log into Blackboard? You can just select one of those answers there. Cool. So our supervisor at coaching, Monica Bermicki, is also an instructor. So at this point, I might invite her to pull up her Blackboard site and just review where in fact we go to log into Blackboard. Monica, if you would.
Yeah, hi everyone. So as Tom mentioned, I also teach in the student development department as an EDUC instructor. And so a lot of students, mine included, don't exactly even know where to begin to get to Blackboard. And so I just wanted to show you here where you're going to start. So on the ACC website, you're going to click on Students. And on this tab here, you're going to have a lot of different resources. Right on the second thing there, it says Blackboard. And that's going to be one of the best ways for you to get onto Blackboard. There's some different ways, but that is probably one of the most simple. Does that answer the
Perfect.
question?
That's great. Thanks,
Okay.
Monica. Okay, so we're already logged into Blackboard. Let's look at the next step. Most of you will be enrolled in multiple classes, so let's see if you guys know where to find a list of all the courses you're enrolled in, because obviously they all have different Blackboard sites. So do you feel like you know where to find the list of courses that you're registered for? Okay, so we have one yes. Again, I would encourage you, if you're not sure, to select no, just so we can make sure that you're sure about that. All right, Monica, I think a lot of people are comfortable with it, but we do have one or two who would still like a little confirmation on that.
Okay, sure. So once you've opened up Blackboard, you have a lot of different options here. Everyone should probably see the same video. And then on the right-hand side, it says My Courses. And you're going to have a list of the courses that you've been enrolled in. So I have quite a few. It tells me I'm an instructor in here, but I'm a student in these over here in the middle. And so whichever class that you're interested in studying for that day, so this is my EDUC class here, that's the one that I'm enrolled in. And if I want to get the information for that class, I simply click the title of the course, and then all of a sudden I'm pulled up with, as one of y'all mentioned, a huge announcement board where all the information can tend to feel a little cluttered, but it's all in here somewhere. So that's how you get into your individual course and figure out what you're enrolled in.
Awesome. So we've logged into Blackboard and we've clicked on one of the classes we're enrolled in. So that's a good start. The next good place to start is to locate your syllabus, because this is really, it's the definitive document for your class. It's where meeting times are going to be contained, assignments, attendance policy, extra credit, all the things you want to ask will be in there. So let's do a little check. Do we feel like we're comfortable locating the syllabus for a class? Again, this is a little tricky because some instructors might have them in different places. So I understand that this is maybe a little bit of a complicated question. Okay, cool. Just gonna wait a few more seconds to get some more votes come in. Cool. So it looks like everybody is suggesting that the syllabus is located in the left-hand panel in Blackboard, which is accurate. Certainly, some instructors might email that syllabus to you like on the first week of class, but generally speaking, that's a good place to start. So awesome. If you haven't done that already for this semester, locating your syllabus, I would encourage you to do that as soon as possible, because there's oftentimes little bits of information that you may have missed. And sometimes those things are not even discussed in class. So I would review that ASAP if you haven't already. Just following on from the syllabus piece, there's going to be a time across the course of a semester where you're going to want to contact your instructor. You might be like, oh, I just wanted to clarify question 2 on this practice exam. I just put a post on the discussion board. I just wanted to make sure that I'm on track. So let's check in with everybody and see if you're comfortable knowing how to contact your instructor. Okay, cool. We've got one yes come in. This is a really important step. So I think, Monica, we will go ahead and review this one because at least one student is unsure.
Okay, sure. So yes, contacting your instructor early is really important as we wrap up the second week. If you haven't yet already been in touch with your instructor, I really encourage you to start doing that. any questions that you have, clarity that you need. We all understand that online classes are not ideal. You can't just come early, stay late, ask your question during class always. So ensure that you are speaking with your instructor often. And one way to do that, I'm going to show you a couple different ways. The start here is where you will often find your syllabus, like you guys mentioned just a minute ago. And you can also, sometimes there'll be a meet your professor. That's what I've put in here with for my class. And I'll be able to see the office hours. So that's just another thing that's really important, is to see when your instructor is actually available during this time. They should be waiting and ready for you to connect with them. And so if you want to send an email, that's fabulous, but also know that every instructor has office hours, and often they'll put their connection information. So you can definitely reach them at that point. Otherwise, the email address would be right here. You can just highlight it, and then you could go ahead and copy and paste that into a Google, your Gmail. And then also in here, like you guys mentioned before, is the syllabus. And so your syllabus will also have your instructor's contact information. So you'd want to download that, and right on the syllabus, they should also have their email and that type of stuff. And then another way is there might just simply be a link like my course has that says email. And so you click on that, and you can email a bunch of different groups on here. If you have teaching assistants, embedded tutors, embedded academic coaches, they'll show up here. If you go to all users, you can also email all of your instructors as well here. So that's another way that you can do it right into Blackboard, and this will send to their Gmail account. So you don't have to worry about them going onto Blackboard and finding it or something like that. So those are a couple different ways for you to email your instructors, which is super important.
Cool. Thanks, Monica. I think we're learning here that oftentimes with Blackboard, there is multiple ways to do the same action. So my advice is to get in there, play around, click on links, see what they lead, and you will find the approach that works best for you. Okay, so let's get to the juicy stuff here. Where do I see my assignments, and where do I turn them in? Because this is something that we have students completed a paper, but then they're like, hey, how do I even submit this in Blackboard? Some of you may not have done this yet, so this could be really important. Cool. So if you haven't done this yet, please just feel free to make an educated guess in the poll. This can be one of the more involved. I wouldn't say that it's difficult, but there is multiple steps that you need to follow, and if they're not all followed, your assignment will not be lodged. So I think, Monica, there is a little uncertainty about this, so we might review this.
Yeah, sure. Again, each class is going to look really different. Hopefully they all look very similar, but just another plug that academic coaches are here for you to work individually. We can share screens and see what your class looks like. So if you're still feeling a little lost after this workshop, just remember that you can continue to reach out to us. In my class, they are called submit assignment. So anything on the course menu that mentions assignments might be the first place that you're going to start. And then you're going to have a list of all the assignments that are required. So right now in my class, my students are working on the time management project. So they're going to be taking a look at the instructions and any attached files that are necessary. So once I feel like I know what to do, I'm ready to submit my assignment, I'm going to go ahead and click on the title of the assignment. You'd think that there was some sort of submit button, but you won't find that until you click on the title. And then here you're going to have some individual information about that, the points possible, the due date, some more steps and things that you just want to make sure you look through. Okay, so now you have a couple options for how you want to submit it. You can go ahead and write the submission, and you can write it directly on Blackboard or maybe on a Google Doc, and then you copy and paste it into here. Another option would be to attach a document and submit it that way. So you're going to go ahead and browse your computer. And for this class, let's say my EDUC class, I'm going to go ahead and keep an individual folder for that class. That's how I'm going to stay organized. So I would highly recommend for you to do that. So in EDUC, I'm going to pull up my time management project. Let's see. I'm going to just go ahead and put in these reflection questions. I'm going to open it up, and then I want to make sure that my file name matches exactly what I'm wanting it to say. And if you accidentally attached a different one, this link that says do not attach is where you would take that off if you made a mistake. Any comments that you want to put to your instructor could go there, and then you're going to go ahead and submit the document. So once you submit the document, it will show you exactly what the document looks like. And there's the reflection questions that I want to make sure and submit. And so I take a look, see that everything's in there, and then I'm going to say OK. And then you will more than likely, I would say that the default is for you to receive an email that will say that your assignment has been submitted. So in my class, every student knows exactly when they've submitted it and that they've done it because an email is sent to them saying they've done it. So that is kind of the run through of where you find your assignments and how you submit them.
Awesome. I'm kind of glad that Monica ran through the submit portion of that, because I think once students uploaded their document, sometimes they forget to press the submit button. So please make sure you're doing that. Okay, so moving forward, it's week 2 of the semester, but pretty soon you're going to be wanting to monitor your grades. Maybe you've had an exam already or a couple of assignments. So let's see if everybody knows where to locate your grades for a class, because this is important. We don't want to get to the end of semester and be like, oh, whoops, I didn't know my grade was so low. Awesome. So it looks like there's a little uncertainty about this as well, Monica. So let's have a little look at the grades real quick. Thanks.
Sure. So on my class again, here it says my grades. So anything that you're trying to find, check out in the course menu. And really quick, this can happen sometimes with students where this ends up being your course menu and you're like, oh my gosh, where did everything go? Just go ahead and click this little arrow and everything will populate again. So you find my grades and it'll start populating. So every instructor is at different levels with their understanding of Blackboard. Sometimes they may grade stuff right away and sometimes it might take a little bit. So again, reach out to your instructor if you want to know kind of where you stand in a course, you have any questions. But your grade should hopefully start populating here. Since I'm not a student, I don't necessarily have grades yet here, but anything would come to this far right column. It says over 6. So if I got a 5 over 6, I would know how many points I received. Also, like the video mentioned, there might be a little bubble, kind of chat looking bubble. I definitely encourage you to click on that and get more information from your instructor about any feedback that they gave you, especially here at the beginning of the semester. You might be able to learn a couple things about how you can continue to improve throughout the course if you just take some feedback from them. So that's where you're going to see all of your assignments, and then overall you might see at the top a total. And so just, yeah, make sure that you're following this often.
Yeah, that's really good advice, Monica. I think at this point, since we still have Blackboard open, I'd really like to open the floor to anybody who has any questions that we haven't asked already. Feel free to unmute your microphone or put a question in the chat. This is really about you guys. and we want to make sure that you leave here with everything you need. So please let us know if an element of Blackboard that you've seen or you've experienced that you would like us to go through right now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. I fixed it. Okay, so I have a question. I'm not sure if this is pertaining to what you're asking, but one thing that I was wondering about Blackboard, is there a way to change the color of the screen to where it's black on white? I have migraines a lot, and I'm able to adjust my screens for different programs. I was just wondering, is there a way to change that on this particular program?
I am not 100% sure on that. That's a really great question. Does anyone else want to jump in on that one?
Do you use a Mac or a PC, Jada?
Well, I use both screen, but sometimes you can personalize. I know,
Yes.
like, you know what I mean? Like, you can personalize it to where the actual back screen turns black, and then you can change all the fonts to another color. But I didn't
Gotcha. I
know.
was just wondering, I know that certain versions of Mac OS X do have a dark mode. I'm actually just researching the themes myself, like literally as we speak. So if nobody else is really certain on that, let me get back with you on. I'm sure that this is a pretty sophisticated platform, so I think there will be some customization, but we've actually never had that question before, so let me get back with you on.
Themes tab, you can customize it, your font, your color, your background.
Where is that themes tab, Sam?
In the tools, right where you are.
I don't see it as one of my options here. Am I missing it?
I
think
don't
under
see it
basic
in the
tools,
tools, but
like go tools,
mm-hmm.
click on that one and see what happens. Right?
This one here?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is it? No, that doesn't look right. What's LT
Yeah,
app?
my guess is it's definitely in this tools category because there's a lot of functionality here. As you can see, each one of these does like a different thing. And like Tom said, we can absolutely do a little more research with you to figure out where that is because I'm pretty confident that it's here somewhere, but that's just something that we haven't worked with yet. So we're also learning.
If I could just jump in with like one last thing to try, I know that you're able to customize the home screen. There's a personalized button from like where you can see your list of courses. For the individual courses, I don't know if it applies to them all, but it may be something that the professor determines. But yeah, if you go back to the home screen for Blackboard. Let's see here. Yeah, and so then right at the top, there should be a personalized page button right there.
Oh.
And so there's different themes and color palettes. I'm not sure if it goes and changes all of your courses, but I think that would be something to try and check out.
Yeah, maybe this forest option might be dark. So hopefully this will help. Otherwise, let's definitely connect individually and make sure that you're getting what you need.
Jada, I just went ahead and put our email address in the chat. So if you take a look at that and you don't really get what you need, please just email us, and we will do some more research with you. Did anybody else have any other concerns since we have Monica's Blackboard shell open? You know, not that many questions is good news for us because it seems like we're covering a lot of what you want. But if when we finish this session, if you feel like, oh, I forgot to ask that, please just email us or go to our website and book an appointment, and we can definitely just do this stuff with you one-on-one. So cool. I think, well, it looks like, Monica, everybody's kind of all set. Joe, if you want to go ahead and put that PowerPoint back on when you get a second.
Here I come.
Has anybody else in this session visited the academic coaching website before? You can just put yes or no in the chat. Data has, awesome. All right, so I think at this point I might hand it over to Samantha, if you would.
Everybody feeling? You guys are doing a temperature check. It's been a lot of information. So Jada, thank God, a ton more confident. That's what you came for. So are there any issues that still kind of hang on out there for you guys? Any lingering issues? That's a sign of a good one. So is anybody still feeling anxious? I'm sure you're not going to get the total 100% on how to do it, but we want you to feel a little more comfortable and confident every time you check on Blackboard, because we want you to look at your Blackboard at least 3 to 5 times a week. So we want you to feel comfortable and confident that it's not going to be overwhelming and scary. So is the Blackboard app more apt? Yeah, that's funny. The app, my son loves the app. Different generation. I think the app is too small for my eyes, but the app, students like the app a lot. So I would say try them both. Because everything is online, we kind of want you to like not do everything on your phone with the app. But if you have to, the app does work, and a lot of students like the app.
Jordan, did you want to add anything about the app versus the
You're welcome,
desktop
Jesus.
website version?
Yeah, so yeah, I definitely agree with Sam. I think both are super useful, and I recommend using both. The app, as we kind of stressed in the video, really the key feature of the app that's useful is that it updates you on your grades. So when you get like a new grade submitted, you get a notification on your phone and you're able to kind of see. So if you're kind of playing the waiting game. But for everything else, I would use the computer. You're not able to submit assignments from the app, so you'll have to use your computer to do that. I think the app, if you like on your phone, you're able to join a Blackboard Collaborate session. So you can do that as well. But for everything else, I would recommend the computer.
Oops. Good. So here's that magic wand question again. We definitely don't have the magic, but once you're more comfortable with navigating Blackboard, you'll bring your own magic to the situation. Yeah, everyone comes with their own magic.
Got the magic. We might not have the wand. We got the magic though.
So yeah, Jada, I agree. More accessibility options are definitely there. Where I would connect you with is our SAS office. They have different strategies and different platforms that we have to help you with accessibility issues. Oh, good, you have. So good job. So yeah, they are able to, the key to the SAS office, they like 48 hours at least a turnaround so they can make sure you're accommodated. So good. I'm glad you're able to use those resources. So next slide, you're quite welcome. So we have upcoming workshops. We love our workshops. The next one is the study skills for online courses. It's September 16th at 2 p.m. Other topics we're going to cover: time management during the quarantine, parenting during the quarantine, having hard conversations, having grit, decision making, and test taking boot camp. You can visit our website. Our website is fantastic. You can drop us an email, you can chat us, book a virtual appointment. Here is our website. Kelly did a wonderful job with making it user friendly. The book now button is there. The online study resources are there. Click on that time management tab. That's my favorite tab, the time management tab. It gives you that, you got it, Joe, you read my mind. It gives you that weekly schedule. And if you can't come up to the campus to get a hard planner, we have it electronically for you as well. So the academic webpage often, and you have all kinds of reading it regularly, and it's just like the place to have as your tab.
Yeah, I know I'm doing all kinds of, I'm doing a lot of Google calendars, and under that time management, under the success series, like Tom made that Google Calendar video, I'm using that a lot too.
Perfect. So email us at academiccoaches@austinccc.edu. The next